Good evening, welcome to the Professor Odor Show. Hope you are doing well wherever watching me from. Please subscribe, share, and like this video. So today we want to talk about the election in the USA that it was between Donald Trump of Republican Party versus Kamala Harris of the Democratic Party. Donald Trump of Republican Party versus Kamala Harris of the Democratic Party. So this is the history of these two candidates. You know, Donald Trump is the former president. He's a billionaire brash billionaire from New York. He stood in 2016 and won the election through surprise, isn't it? It shocked the world. People could not even, how can I say? People were shocked. Me, I knew. I predicted it. Okay, I didn't put it on social media. They have done this time early. I predicted this second win much earlier. Even did it last year when they were having the primaries. I predicted that Donald J. Trump will win during the primaries. I think it was in December. And before even we got into all these criminal cases and what have you. So now, Donald Trump, when he won the first time in 2016, people were shocked. Even his own party, Republican Party that was supporting him, they thought that it was just a passing cloud. You lose, and they'll go back to the so-called establishment. These are the owners of the party. Here you have those big names, the donors, and you know it. So that's what I'm saying. Trump's secret to victory. So what's Trump's secret to victory? That is Trump. The other side, those Kamala Harris, a former district attorney of California, sitting a vice president, a powerful position that just Professor Maima, if I was the sitting vice president of a country, of America, and you give me the chance to run, and you are the party in power, I cannot lose. I'll find a way of winning. I'll do anything to get the seat. So Kamala Harris, former district attorney of California and former senator of California, that state. So she rose from the ground. So this is a sharp woman, a good politician, but this was too big for her. It was above her. It was above her what? Above her weight. It's like boxing. We are fighting above your height. So she was punching above her weight. She needed to enter this race maybe next year. She's still young, she's 60. Maybe the year 2028. That was the right time for her to be the first female president, first black female president of America. Let me repeat that. It would have been her best chance in 2028 to be the first black female president. That's what we are talking about. So now, what is the secret, Trump's secret to victory? So before I finish, I continue. So when he won in 2016, after a while people turned on him. He also brought in people who are very inexperienced in government. So they always leaking to the media. So the media, from day one, decided you have to destroy his presidency. Whatever good he does, we don't cover. Whatever bad he does, even if he misquotes something, they amplify it. Case in point, there's a remark he made about when there was some riots between two groups, some racists were attacking people. And then he said there were good guys on both sides. But he said it in the wrong way. He would have said that was a demonstration whereby a few bad people injured others and they'll face the law. Just simple like that. That was a peaceful demonstration that was ruined by a few bad people. Full stop, because both sides were demonstrating. Those people were supporting Trump and those who are against Trump. That was a peaceful demonstration that was disrupted by a few individuals, and they're going to face the law. Fast forward, when that Floyd, I think it's Floyd, when the Floyd was killed during that time of Corona, should have just come up and said, what happened is a bad thing to our country, is a human rights violation. You cannot, anyone who is uh, anyone who is in law enforcement or in any other profession cannot do such a thing, and Floyd will get his justice in court. Just that one statement. The riots would have just gone on for a while, but disappeared. It was as if pouring water on fire. It would have removed the oxygen. What did he say? He, in fact, did not even say anything. So by keeping quiet, it was like putting petrol on fire. It was as if he was telling the youth of America that I condone this act of killing a black man in the year 2024, after the years of slavery in America. So the media just used it and they destroyed his presidency. That's why he lost. But now, who's God? Trump's secret to victory. So this time, fast forward, Biden has been doing a bad job because let's admit it. This Biden, I know, young Gen Zs used to watch CNN. So when CNN came through KTN, that was the second station in Kenya. Used to only have one station, KBC. They started bringing CNN. That's 1990. I used to watch Biden on television. He was among the toughest senators. He was very good at questioning people. He was a tough guy. You could not just take him on. Even I remember him very well. Those days in the 90s when we were watching a CNN programming showing the Senate. But now he's an old man, so he could not really function. And now he has destroyed the economy. You can see the wars. You can even have a third world war that will destroy the world. So what is Trump's secret to victory? So I'll refer you to the book he wrote, Art of the Deal. I think it was written in the 90s. Donald J. Trump, Art of the Deal, is a book he wrote in the 90s with another author, I forget the name. It's on YouTube. YouTube, you can listen to it. The PDF copy you can't get, but you can also buy it in a bookshop, any big bookshop here in Nairobi. You can get it, Macmillan and other bookshops, but it's very expensive, maybe for 3,000 Kenya shillings. I know that Trump has won. It can go for 5,000, you never know. So this is the book. If you go to YouTube, there's a listening version. If you're a person who doesn't like reading, you can listen to books online, YouTube, but I don't recommend that. It's good to buy the book. Me, I've read it. I've read the hardcover and I enjoyed it. So this is Trump's secret to victory. Number one, it is trust your sixth sense. Trump has always trusted his sixth sense. When his sixth sense told him to run for president, he ran, and truly the country needed, it's called what, it needed an outsider. They were tired with the politicians. You know, in America, what happens? Usually the people who run for president are usually former governors, yes, former senators, Obama, former military people, Eisenhower, on and on. The people who have done either military or government or politicians. So Trump was the first businessman to run for president and win. So trust your sixth sense. Always trust your sixth sense. If something comes to your mind, do this, you just do. Me, my sixth sense has really helped me. It tells you this person is bad and you come and realize. Trust your sixth sense. Your sixth sense can come through dreams. It's telling you a certain man or woman is not good. A certain job is for you. You do it. Trust your sixth sense. It's like everyone is born with an animal instinct. We are all animals, even if we call ourselves humans. So trust your sixth sense. It will save you from many difficult situations. Something that you feel inside. Do you feel good about something? Do it. Do you feel bad about something? Don't. You feel confused about something? Get advice. Number two, fight for your interests. You may not believe this. Trump became president because he was facing bankruptcy and he didn't know how to do. He was going under. His businesses, Gen Zs, he had built a big empire in the 80s, casinos. But when it entered the 90s, people were off to casinos. Here in Kenya, casinos were for the betting. We did have this online betting. So in the 90s, people were tired with those betting in casinos. Where they play cards, they do things. because of it had been uh, what it had been, what is the word? It had been infiltrated by the mob, the mafia. So because of that, people were avoiding it. So that's he went for president because he was going under. It has started in the 90s when his businesses started collapsing. 2000 was good for him because early 2000s was on television, The Apprentice show. But after that, he was sinking in debt and loans. So he had to fight for his interests. So always fight for interests. Sometimes I laugh. You can find you are suffering, you have nothing. Uh, it doesn't mean that that does not that does not prevent you from lowering yourself, going to live in that small house, going back home, getting help from relatives, so that now you grow strong and go and face the world. Even when a lion is hurt, it doesn't go back into the fight other animals. It retreats in a cave to heal itself, for the wounds to heal. Then now when it comes, it's a real lion. So if you're a young man watching me or woman, don't, when you're in a corner, always fight for your interests. Find a way, even if it means to retreat, get strength and just go to fight for your interests. Because sometimes you cannot fight for interests when you have nothing. But it's good when you have strength. That's when you fight for your interests. Maybe you are in a job where they're harassing you. You can go and complain. If they can't listen to you, go and look for another job or find a way of earning money. That's why I'm saying fight for interest. Fight for interest doesn't mean that you fight a losing battle. You try and fight. If you see it's not working, step. That's why Trump fought for the presidency, to protect his interests. Even you going back, maybe reliving with people, relatives, it's a way of getting strength to fight for interests, isn't it? So another one is work in silence. So people don't know how Trump won this re-election. He had a very solid team. So when he was addressing the people after his supporters, in America, they once you win the election, you go and talk to your supporters, so the whole country is listening to you. It happens even here in Kenya. Is that he called his campaign manager, a woman called Susie. She did not want to talk, and I really felt happy because that lady doesn't want to expose herself. She's working in silence behind the scenes, and that's why Trump has won. He had a very solid team behind her. And if he takes that woman to the White House, he will succeed. Because that's a no nonsense woman from what I heard from the media. And she's a performer. That woman is a performer. Just like the most hardworking women that I know are performers. And I like that. I like when women truly believe in themselves. So you work in silence. Don't let people know what you want to achieve. Just surprise them. I see people on social media, especially the celebs. They will buy a car, they are showing. They are building a house, they are showing. They get a woman, they want to marry, they are showing. They are cursing themselves. Don't tell people your strategy of earning money. Let them just see. They see you are walking on the streets with nothing. The next day they see you in a Mercedes Benz. Or they see you always a rent, living in dingy houses where you pay rent $100. Next they're seeing you living in Kileleshwa and all those big estates. So work in silence. Number 3 was hire the best people. Back to point 2, with the previous point, Trump's campaign manager, hire the best people. So all this I'm talking about is found in this book, Art of the Deal. All these points I'm telling you how Trump won, they're in that book, Art of the Deal. So what else? Yes, he always had the best people. So if you are a young man and you are suffering, you have nothing, you need to be around successful people. If you are around millionaires, you'll be the next millionaire. That's a fact of life. If you're around thieves, you'll be the next thief. If you're around beggars, you'll be the next beggar. And I should know this. If you hang around lazy people will be the next lazy and poor person. Yes, that's the way it is. You are the sum total of the people around you. What did I say? You are the sum total of the people around you. Whoever you hang around, if there are accomplishment, they are successful, you'll also be successful. You learn from them, and also the good luck that they get will also come to you. If you're around a person, they are eating, in my community, say, if you're around people eating chicken, you'll also eat the leg. Hmm? Is it the chicken leg? Yeah. If you're around people eating chicken, you'll eat the chicken leg? Eh? Yes, you'll eat the chicken leg, which is better than nothing. Which one? Always put yourself first. So Trump has always put himself first. He thinks of himself. Yes, people say he's arrogant, he's proud, but he's always, it accept him. He's the president. He has always put himself first. Even when he was being fought by the media, he always go to people who are ready to give his message out. The Fox News, social media, Twitter. Even when his Twitter was cancelled and he started his own. So always put yourself first, your health, your your physical health, mental health, your comfort. If you are in a job that is killing you, leave it. You'd rather go and live as a squatter in your among your people than to be in a job that kills you. So always put yourself first, health, mental, spiritual, everything. Put yourself first. Lastly, go for good things. Trump is the president because he likes good things. He'll be in that big plane. It's called Air Force One. Hope one day, when someone who is president and I know and who knows me, I'll enter that Air Force One. That's just another, it's like another planet altogether with things that you cannot even think of. The way they're making spacecrafts going to Mars, that thing, it's like a traveling office. And when it's traveling, it's tracked by the American satellites, American fighters. So if you are a fool, you try to attack that plane, you'll have it rough. So it's a well-protected plane. And every White House also, you are in seat of power. If you are in the White House, you are in the center of the world. Because everything that goes in around the world, you are always aware. They spy on all of you. They have all the gadgets. They know what your country wants to do even before you do it. Because they are tapped. How? The CIA. You are now, so you'll be at the desk. That desk is called the Resolute desk in the White House. That's the desk that I remember when I was a young boy in the 90s, young Gen Zs, when Bill Clinton was about to be impeached. He talked to the American people about his affair with Monica Lewinsky. It was lunchtime here in Kenya, morning in America. I really laughed because my parents were really embarrassed. He was talking about some things, and as we are young, we are listening on CNN. You don't know to leave the room. But that's a story for another day. So go for good things. Here, you young man watching me, you don't have anything, you are unemployed, you are skilled, you have no college degree, but you have a degree. In other words, you have gone to college, you have gone to training, you have gone to university, you have certificates, you have degree, you have skills training, but nothing doing for you. You need just pray to God. Pray to God, do networking, do something to solve other people's problem and you'll be the next millionaire. That's what I can say. Do something to solve other people's problems and you'll be the next millionaire. Which comes also with the networking with people, also doing something for yourself on social media, but not doing bad things. Just do good things to solve other people's problems, network with people, continue applying for jobs, use social media. You can be poor at looking for jobs, but you can be good on this camera, like on TikTok. Some people are surviving, getting endorsements, and yet they are just jobless youths. So go for good things. That's what I'm saying. Trump's secret to victory. So this is the Professor Mahima show. I want to pray for you who's watching me, that you have a long life. become rich and prosperous, not only you, your children, grandchildren, and all your generations, and also your dreams become reality. That's jobs, building a house, buying a first farm, first car, building a big complex, I call it a flat complex, starting a business, traveling out of this country, getting that good man or woman to start a family, having children, and becoming rich. Me, you know me, I want a economical university to build, to get a product that can be used here in Kenya and worldwide, provide jobs for the young Gen Zs, train future entrepreneurs, earn big money for myself and the Kenyan government. Those are my prayers. Amen. So if you have liked what I've said on this, our channel, you can support us on the mobile M-Pesa down there, +254 769 729 327. I repeat again, mobile M-Pesa, +254 769 729 327. And as I always say, Gwaheri ya kuonana, Gwaheri.